In this video, we're going to talk about iMapper, which is a system that will help you to create professional drawings for your architectural projects, surveys, and measurements in order, again, to manage and create your plan views and sections. So in the website here, you will find all the information. It's going to show you how this system works. Basically, it consists in two phases. The first phase is to use the scanner, which is not a simple scanner. It's a 360 degrees scanner that's gonna capture everything that it's inside a room, and then you can also use it in other rooms and use it for an entire apartment or an entire house. So the first part is to get the data that you're gonna use using this scanner, and then using this platform here, you're gonna import the points, and those points will help you then to generate your CAD drawings. You can also see here that you are going to see the plan views or the section views together with pictures. So this scanner, it's also going to take picture of your room or of your apartment, and you can then see really easily which part you are scanning there in the plan view. But I'm going to show you everything just in practice. So this is just a first part which is going to be helpful to introduce this really amazing system, really fast, really easy to use. And well, these are the three phases basically. The first phase, second phase in the online platform, and the third phase is where you export your DXF in AutoCAD or another CAD application to use it and to create more neat and clean drawings. Now in this video we're going to use SketchUp. So you need to have iMapper, you need to have SketchUp. You can also get the trial version. You can try the iMapper. Here you can see the try button on the top, or you can ask information for more information in the context that you find here in the website. So if you want to know more, you can go here. You will see a lot of previews, and again, you will find information to contact the team and ask more questions. So if you want to find it on the web, just type iMapper scanner, and you can see here, this is the website. It's www.imapper.imapper.tech. This is the main website. So if you click here, you're gonna access to this website, and this can be used by interior designers, by architectural firms, architects, project managers, and real estate agents, anyone who works in architecture basically. And then you have also these extra resources. If you want to see how much you will save using this tool here, you can use this web application and insert the data. So if I say, for example, that I do 20 surveys per year, and for each survey I spend, let's say, 2 off days. So let's say I spend 1 day doing the survey, and this is the hourly cost for the company. So let's say it's 50 euros or $50. You can do then the conversion. This is the amount that I'm gonna save per year. So what's it's important about this system that is gonna be real fast, faster than the usual technique with the standard laser scanner. This is gonna be faster. It's gonna be extremely easy. I'm gonna give you a demonstration. So it's gonna help you to save a lot of money basically. So let's get started. So first thing you need to do is to create an account. So once you do that, you can log in. You can insert your email address and password. And once you are inside, you should see this interface right here that I'm going to explain to you real quick. This is going to be just an introduction. I will not go into depth, but you can also find a lot of resources if you join the system. So this is the online platform that you can use once you get the data from the iMapper hardware, the iMapper scanner, which is only gonna take few minutes, by the way. So what you usually do in 1 day or 2 days, depending on how your project is large, you can do it in a few minutes with iMapper. So this is the real advantage here, and you don't need to get rid of the furniture. You can scan the room with the furniture inside, and it's gonna figure out that as well. So don't need to spend a lot of time, and you will not have any issue that you usually have with the standard method. So you can see here the interface is pretty simple, and if you go down there, you're gonna upload the data using a SD card, by the way, and these are all dots or points you can see there that you can use in any CAD application. Or also here, I'm gonna show you some quick tips from the toolbar. And what you do basically is you convert this in CAD drawings, and then if you want also in 3D, this is what we are going to do. And so the interface is pretty simple. You can see here we have a toolbar where you can open projects. So you can also manage different projects, you can delete them. You have like a cloud space where you can store your project. You can open them. You can also create a new project. And when you're ready to export, you can click here to export. This is what we're gonna do in just a few minutes. So once you import everything here, if you need to do one room, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna have one single cloud point here. But if you have more and you want to align them, you want to align complex situation with many different rooms or internal and external scan, you can do that by using this tool right here. So just click there, it's gonna do everything automatically. Now, I'm gonna close some messages here. And on the bottom, you have these indications for shortcut keys and how to use the mouse, how to move inside the drawing. You can use the scroll wheel, and you can select, you can do multi-selection, undo, redo, and so on. So just check here for all the different shortcut keys, and also you can expand this or hide it down below. And you can see now in the right part the pictures. So you can see how you can easily recognize something that it's in a plan view, like this window here, by checking also the pictures on the right. So this is an extremely useful feature that this system has. So I can move around here and I can recognize everything that I have been scanning so far in terms of CAD and in terms of pictures. So it's creating this panoramic set of images that you're gonna use. You can activate and deactivate also from the top there. So toolbar on the left, pictures on the right, shortcut keys on the bottom, and here on the bottom left we have layers. So these are like layers. So each one of these represent a different scan, and again you can also position them correctly using this magic wand tool here right there. So this is what we are going to export. Everything you bring in here, you can export it right away. And this is going to be enough if you want to then work in a 2D software to create your CAD drawings or 2D drawings. But we also have some extra here, extra tools that we can use. For example, we can take a measure. So if I want to measure the distance from this point right here, this other right here, you can see it's 84 centimeters. You can see the measurement right there. So you can quickly measure a space or a distance or a length or height, whatever you scan. By the way, this one here, it's a plan view. This one here is a section. So it's kind of upside, well, not really upside down, but it's oriented differently because this is a section. So you can also create sections and not only plan views. And then you have this other tool here, which is called area, that can help you to calculate the area of a space, but also to export a 2D drawing as well. So if I go right here and you can see these larger points, these circles, they will help you to snap and create a simplified version of your survey, of your plan view. So this is now pretty complex because it's calculating all these different points, but you can do like an average line then and continue. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating the perimeter of this room. So I can zoom in, zoom out using the scroll wheel. And there you go. So right here you can see there is a library, but I can see the wall is right there. So I'm just gonna pass through the library and try to understand as much as I can what's going on here. So you can see the curtain there, but I'm gonna go behind that. And this is just, I'm just experimenting with this. So it's I'm just testing out, and I think it's a really good and fast application and easy application to use. Okay, let's say that this is my room, so I'm gonna finish by clicking with the left mouse, and when I finish, I'm gonna right click to close up this space, this area. So it's gonna give me the area right here, square meters, and perimeter as well. And if I click on this little engine icon, I can also set up the room height. So let's say that it's like 4 meters. Let's say OK. Then it's gonna give me also the volume. This is really helpful. And again, this is just a matter of minutes. I can do everything here in just, I don't know, 1 hour. I can get my CAD drawing and also my 3D if I use SketchUp or other 3D software. And also you can see now I have the surfaces of the various walls. So if I need to know the dimensions here of these surfaces, the height, the length, the area, I can do that real quick. So I can calculate, for example, how much paint do I need to paint out my walls. This is, of course, just an example of how many things you can do once you get this information, this data. So when we are ready to export, we can then decide what we want to export or what not. We can also delete here, and you have other options. You can change color and so on. That's just gonna keep it simple. So let's now export, and I'm gonna export it using DXF, which is an AutoCAD format, but you can use it in SketchUp, ArchiCAD, Revit, BIM application, CAD application, whatever handles DXF basically. And this is a pretty common and popular format that you can use basically anywhere, or you can convert it in any other CAD format using any converter. Now I'm gonna export it in meters, and keep in mind that this is gonna be helpful when you're gonna import it in the 3D or 2D application. So remember the units that you will use. In my case, I will use meters, and you can also export in other formats like PNG, PDF. You can decide what you want to export. So in this case, walls is the line that we just draw. Point clouds are the points or vertices, or any single point here that has been scanned by the iMapper hardware. And you can also insert other elements if you want. So I'm just going to export the point clouds and the walls for this sample here, this example. I'm going to export. I can choose where to export it. So I created a folder here for iMapper. So this one was a previous export. This one here it's this one here. And I can change also the name if I want. I'm gonna keep it this way. Say save. And you will find it there in the downloaded folder that you chosen. Now let's switch to SketchUp. This is SketchUp right here. And I will use meters. This is why I told you to keep in mind the units that you're using. So this is easier. So now my units here are in meters. Now, if you're interested in SketchUp, I'm not gonna explain too much about SketchUp in this video. This is a video dedicated mostly to iMapper, but if you're interested to SketchUp, you can check our SketchUp video course where all the tools are explained, and I'm gonna show you how to work with SketchUp and become an expert. So I can import in a couple of ways. I can go here and go to File, Import, and get my file from here. Or I can just drag and drop. So if I navigate using the Windows folder, I will navigate directly to the file, which is here in the recent files. So I'm just gonna click that, place it, drag it and drop it directly here. Units are meters. This is important to know again. You can also preserve the drawing region and also do other things, but these are for 3D, so we don't care about that in this moment. We just need the 2D part. When you use DXF, you can do both 2D and 3D. And just gonna wait a few seconds for the drawing to be imported. Okay, so I have 3 layers and lines and points that I can use. Let's close this up, and there it is. So this is now the exact thing that we saw in iMapper. And we can also use the layers that in SketchUp are called tags. So if I go here, I can deactivate a layer, a tag, so I can concentrate on the walls that are already there. So this is the one that I draw in iMapper, and I can simply use the pencil here and just draw on top of that to create here in SketchUp my geometry. I'm just gonna do here a quick demonstration. So once I finish to draw and create a closed shape, I can then use the extrude or push and pull, and that's it. So this is how quick it is really to generate a 2D and a 3D using iMapper and another CAD application like SketchUp. Now I'm gonna go back to show you that you can also work directly here in SketchUp. So if I want to deactivate the walls layers and I want to go here, right click and open up the views. So with this one here, I'm gonna go into the top view, and let's go to camera here and switch to parallel projection. So everything is gonna look nice and flat. So I can create my drawings right here in SketchUp if I want. And if you use Layout, which is another software coming together with SketchUp, you can create your sheets and present your work. But again, all of this is covered in the SketchUp video course. So with the pencil here, I'm just going to draw out using these dots as snaps if I want, or just do something average, passing through all these points, just as we did in iMapper. So I'm going to do something real quick just to show you how I can create a wall. Okay, so right now I'm not using the define tag or layer. I can change that. Just gonna quickly draw here a wall using the external and the internal points. There we go. So this is a closed shape which I can now extrude. So I'm gonna orbit again. Right click. We can use here the navigation tools to orbit. So let's go to camera, click on orbit, and we're gonna orbit around. To see this in 3D again, use the push and pull, click, drag. You can type 4 and press enter. So since we are in meters, this is going to be extruded 4 meters. 4 represent 4. And then I can create holes here. I can create doors, windows. But again, you can see that in the SketchUp video course. This is just to demonstrate how quickly you can set up your project. It's a matter of, a couple of hours. You can get your 2D, your 3D, everything prepared. You saved a lot of time and money. So right here, I can also create a new layer. Let's call this, for example, 2D or 3D. Well, anything you want to place here, you can create a new tag, a new layer, and then we're gonna select this part in 3D, and we can go here to the entity info and place it in another layer. So I can then isolate and clean everything out. So leaving just the 3D or just points or just the 2D, whatever you want to work with. You can also work with both applications here. So if you want to know more about a part here that it's, for example, in the interior, I can check this part of the window, which is represented by this 3D right now. I can help myself with the pictures and the 2D survey from iMapper, so I can work together. If I have B screen or more screens, this is gonna be better. So I can also check here all the other parts and then go little by little if I have more complex projects. So this will be all for this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated for more videos. And if you want to support us, you can do it by joining the channel as a supporter. And if you have questions, you can write it in the comments. You can also write suggestions, anything that can be helpful and related to the video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next.